Hi guys, you might have watched the video where I made this boat for my little friend here with a nose hair trimmer for the electric motor and the fan blade taken from a, what's it called? Character wooden stick. That was the propeller. Oh, and that was the nose and ear hair trimmer. Well, I've got my grandchildren coming to visit us later this week, so they might want to make one of these, and I just wondered if I could make it even easier by just cutting a piece of wood into a boat shape, drilling a hole through the end at an angle for the shaft to go through, and putting something on there to mount the nose hair trimmer on, so that they can assemble it fairly easily without having to use a sharp knife to cut the plastic bottle out. It's just occurred to me that rather than trying to drill a hole in the back there for the shaft to go through, I can just use one of these little screw eyes. Cut up my pieces of wood, so I've got my boat shapes, or the hulls. Those are the offcuts that I've rounded off a bit. So that'll be the mount for the motor. To connect the shaft to the back, I'm going to use a bit of this aquarium airline, because that fits on there nicely. Nice tight fit, give me a little bit of flexibility. Wrapping some sticky tape around the end of it just to make it wider so it's a tight grip in there. Just put a battery in it so I can just test the general idea. You can probably tell I'm making this up as I go along. I've now decided to put two little pegs through so that I can hook a rubber band over there to hold the motor in place. That should make it a lot easier. Just loop it over on both sides and that'll hold it in place. Just put a light rubber band over there for testing purposes. Found a tin of varnish out in the garage, so I've decided to give them a coat of varnish. I've given the two hulls a second coat of varnish, so I'm letting that dry. While that's drying, I was just looking at the front end of the nose hair trimmer and realised that this helps to clamp it all together. So if I just remove this metal bit from the front, which is just a twist to remove it, there we go, I can still use that to hold the motor together. The other thing I've done is I put a lump of hot glue on top of the switch there, because it's quite difficult to get hold of, whereas with the lump of hot glue on there it's much easier. It's just about touch dry now. So the next thing is to get our propeller. A bit of a loose fit, so again I'll probably put a bit of tape around there just to thicken up the shaft so it grips on it. I might just go and test run that. It's still a bit of daylight outside. Could even put a bit of blue tack under there just to hold it in position. Okay, we'll give it a try. If I leave it like that, it saves me running up and down and turning it round. But that's working absolutely fine, isn't it? See if I can put a rudder on there to try and straighten it up, because it's going round in circles. All I'm using is a bent paper clip, a bit of plastic. It's actually some of the packaging that the motor came in, so I should just hot glue that on there, and then I'll use a staple gun or something, or a stapler, just to clip it onto the back. Well, there we go, a couple of staples, well, 3 staples in it, so I should be able to bend it around to suit. I had to put the spotlight on because it's getting too dark outside. But there's the rudder. That's certainly going a bit straighter now. Not perfect, but better than it was. I'm sure if I spent time adjusting the rudder, we could get it right. But I think that'll do for tonight. Quick summary. Wooden boat, made from just an offcut of wood. Nose hair trimmer, electric motor, barbecue skewer, propeller comes off of a garden ornament, a little windmill garden ornament. The rudder is just a piece of plastic packaging stuck onto a paper clip that I've stapled to the wood. The shaft goes through a little screw-in eyelet that I've just screwed on the back of the boat there. The shaft is connected to the motor by a bit of plastic tubing, and I've put some sticky tape on the shaft to make it the right size to be a good fit. I had to put some sticky tape on the back as well to make sure that the propeller was a good fit. A couple of rubber bands just to hold the motor in place. And that's it. Oh, a little bit of blue tack I've put on there just to hold the motor still as well. I've made 2 of these because I've got my grandchildren coming this week, so I'm prepared. I should take this one apart again so they can discover the bits and have fun putting it together, if it's a nice day. And that's it.